So, Kathryn, the light is fading. It's a beautiful evening. I've decided that today is the day, tonight is the night that I'm going to dig up this little juniper. Oh, I'm noticing a chipmunk hole right there, little rats. I'm going to dig up this, I think it's a juniper, that you wanted us to look after, and I'm going to do a little bit of training. I see it's browning in the middle there, so it needs some attention. Anyway, I'm going to dig it up. We're going to do some styling. Let's see how this goes. So Kathryn, I dug up the tree that you gave me last year before you went to Cambodia. It's been in the ground since last July. It's now May. And I did that because I knew I was going to neglect it and it probably was going to die. It's done okay. It had a lot of dieback of the branches here, unfortunately, because I guess it just wasn't in enough light. So I'm going to see what I can do to take this shrub. This is just a ball, right? I mean, there's no structure to it, there's no design. You could stick this in a bonsai pot, and a lot of places would sell it as a bonsai. But I'm going to see if I can get some actual structure into it. I'm going to do a drawing to give you an idea of what I'm looking for. One of the first things that I notice about this, look deep inside, you can see how everything's coming off one spot. And that is a major faux pas in bonsai. You don't want to have a swirl where everything is coming off one point. So one of the first things that I need to do is to decide on the style. One option for this would be a cascade. Let me show you what a cascade would look like. So what I've sketched here is an idea for this tree, a cascade where you basically have the main branch swooping out of the pot, toppling over the edge. You've got a little bit of a cloud of branches and leaves up here, and then these lower pads. That would probably be the easiest thing to do with this tree. But I'm going to go for an informal upright style, which looks more like this. I think this is generally for lay people one of the easiest things to appreciate because it's such a simple structure and it screams old tree. So I think I'm going to do this, even though I think a cascade would actually be simpler to do with this, but we're going to give this a shot. So I've decided that this is going to be an informal upright. I've decided that this branch right here is going to be the trunk. This branch, if you were to look at it, this is the front here. This is the trunk. This, one of these three on the left side, I guess on the right side, is going to be the horizontal branch, the lowest branch. This has to come off because it's dead. This has to come off because it's off the inside of a curve, so that is a big faux pas. My proper bonsai tools haven't arrived, so I'm going to be using these. These actually, I think, give a nice little cut compared to the scissors. That's gone. This is a dead branch right here. That's gone. And then I need to decide which of these three here I'm going to make the first horizontal branch. So I've made a decision. It's going to be this one that I keep, mainly because it's got more going on in terms of side branching, so it gives me more to work with. So these two are going to go, and this guy is going to go here. We're not leaving a whole lot left. Okay, that leaves us with a trunk that comes up here and a side branch, which I'm going to shape. I'm going to twist it and bend it. I'm going to pull some of these back a little bit to disguise the fact that we have such a piece of a length of bare wood here. I'm going to put some more of a curve into it, and but that can only be done after it's been wired. This root here is going to come off. Okay, so that's all that we're left with at this point. Let's get some wire. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage in that I only have one thickness of wire. I believe this is 2mm wire. I have more coming, but this is all I have right now. So what I'm going to do is work out how much I need in order to wire. You always do 2 branches at a time. So this is going to go up the trunk, and it's also going to go around the first branch, which is going to come off to the side. So I'm going to basically wire these 2 branches. If you recall what I said about swirls, branches coming out of the same point, we've got 2 branches right here that come out of the same point. Now it's possible that I could wire one down and one up to make it appear like they don't. If you look there, you can see what I'm talking about right here. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to, well, you know, maybe I won't, because if one dies, I have the other one as an option. So I'm going to leave the other one on there, but I'm just going to wire one of them. So there you have it. This is the basic design. I'm going to put this in a pot and then bend the branches a little bit more and see what we have. So I have a pot. I picked this one for one reason. It's the only one I have. I put some wire in. There's a piece of mesh on the bottom to plug up the holes. The mesh that I use is the kind of mesh that you have on screens on Windows, again, because it's all I have. I'm putting some bonsai soil in, and I mixed it with some potting compost because I felt it was just a little bit too coarse for a tree that I'm probably going to neglect a little bit, just because I'm not in the habit of watering trees every day. So I'm going to position this in the pot so that the center of the trunk is slightly offset to the right. You never want to put it slap bang in the middle, and also you want it to be set back a little bit so it's never slap bang in the middle on the side either. I'm going to angle it backwards, and I want it so that the crown where the trunk meets the soil is a little above the edge of the pot so you can really see it. So now that I've got the tree basically in the pot, I'm going to add more soil, and I'm going to use a chopstick to make sure there are no air pockets. So I think the air spaces have been filled, but this is going to dry out very, very easily. So what I'm going to do is take some moss that I've taken from the woods, and I'm going to add this over the top as a way of trying to seal in the moisture. If you're concerned that the moss isn't going to stay put as it dries out, you can make some little clips out of wire. You just push them into place, and it will anchor that moss down fairly well. Don't force it because it means you're going through a root most likely, but this is one simple way to anchor the moss into place. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time styling this, and I'll show you the finished result.